Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video, like I promised you guys on Twitter, is my review of Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I just finished this book yesterday. I finished it yesterday before I went to work, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop thinking about it throughout my whole shift in work. So, but I was too tired yesterday to review it yesterday, so we're reviewing it today. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this book floating around book Twitter and Instagram and everywhere and everyone is mentioning it and talking about it. And that was part of the reason why I decided to pick it up. And I read the synopsis and I was like, it's also written by a trans author. So I was just like, you know what? I need to read more books written by trans authors. So here we are. You can actually thank one of my Twitter followers actually, because they just kept mentioning it and how much they loved it. So thank you. So anyway, what's this book about? This book is about our main boy right here. Our main boy, Yadriel, who is part of a family that have the ability to commune with the dead, meaning they can see ghosts and like they can see the ghosts and the ghosts can see them and they can talk and whatever. And they are able to use these special powers that they are blessed with to be able to send the spirits onto the afterlife. So a person dies and like they can feel it, they know when the person's died, and they see them around the cemetery and they basically like bring them forward and pass them on, because the spirits can't stay very long within the land of the living, or else they would go berserk. Basically they would go evil, so they need to be passed on to the afterlife. And if the person that died has the same abilities as they do, as the family, or like part of the extended family or whatever, if they're a brujo as well, that's what it's called, pardon me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but if they're a brujo as well, they're able to come back on Dias de Muertos, which is like Day of the Dead. Again, I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's my dumb accent. I'm not being disrespectful. It's my stupid Belfast accent. But anyway, so yeah, anyway. Back to our main boy. So our main boy really wants to be a part of all this. He really wants to be a brujo, but see, the thing is, his very traditional family don't fully accept him because he is transgender. He came out to them a while back and they do love him, but they haven't fully accepted him as the boy, as the young man that he is. And there's a lot of misgendering in here. In like the first chapter, like his family would misgender him a lot or call him by his dead name, and they don't do it in a malicious sort of way. They just sort of do it without thinking, and then they're like, oh, Arbat, sorry, I mean, Yadriel, sorry, didn't mean to do that. But like you can feel Yadriel's pain, and it really like just, like I'm not transgender, but it pissed me off because any sort of transphobia or homophobia pisses me off. But anyway, so Yadriel really wants to be a part of the brujo way of life, because it's his heritage, it's his family, it's his birthright to be a part of this. So one night, him and his cousin decide to take matters into their own hands, and they go into the old church, and he tries to summon the ghost of a dead family member. But that doesn't really go to plan, because he doesn't end up summoning the ghost of his dead family member. He ends up summoning the ghost of this guy on the cover. I'm pointing at him. This guy, Julian Diaz, who was a boy that went to his school. Julian had a little bit of a reputation of being like the bad boy, like he ditched class a lot. He, was very disruptive and stuff like that. So he ends up summoning Julian's ghost. But the thing is, it takes a while for Julian to register that he's dead. And the two end up striking a deal. Yadriel agrees to allow Julian to see his friends one last time and to make sure that they're okay. And in exchange for that, Julian basically says, if you let me see my friends and as long as I know they're okay, then I'll pass on, no problem, you can release me to the afterlife. So it kind of goes from there. I don't really want to give away too much, but all you need to know is I adored every second of this book. It was just wonderful. I loved learning that little bit more about Latinx culture and the whole you know, the whole like Day of the Dead. Like, you hear about these things in movies and TV shows, but they never really give you like what it's really about, because it's not like, it's like our version of Halloween is scaring people. You know what I mean? Whereas that, like, sort of this day is a day of remembering family, and, you know, leaving out photos of your loved ones and talking about them, and, you know, like, sort of being able to see them again, if not for just 2 days before they have to pass on back to the afterlife, which I thought was actually really beautiful. I love that. I love the atmosphere, like the whole thing with the cemetery and the old church. Like, you really felt like you were right there with Ladriel in the old church at that moment when he sang before Lady Death, who's right there. She's their patron, and like, you felt it. Like, you really felt it. And there was also a little element of like a murder mystery in here, which I wasn't expecting. Like, I thought this was just going to be a story about this boy who summons a ghost and can't get rid of him, which is primarily a little bit of the story. But this story, in its essence, is a story about family, about love, about accepting yourself for who you are, and allowing your family time to see that wonderful, unique self that you are, and to allow them to fully allow themselves to accept you, if that makes any sense, because his family go on a journey as well. And, you know, Yadriel in the end sort of has to realize, like, am I doing this for them? Like, am I pushing everything just so they'll accept me, or do I still need to accept myself? Like, he goes through quite a lot. It's like, it's definitely a lovely coming of age moment for Yadriel in this book, which I really loved. And like, the banter between him and Julian is just everything. like I would be sitting reading this during my breaks in work and just like like trying not to laugh, just being like, don't laugh, your colleagues already think you're weird, don't laugh out loud. But yeah, like, I loved it. And like, the writing, mwah, the setting, mwah, just like everything. And Yadriel and Julian are my beautiful sweet gay sons, and I will protect them with my life. Like, they're right up there. Like, I have a shelf all the way up at the top there, above this, which has nearly all my favorite like gay books on it. And I'm literally just gonna rearrange everything and put this on the top, because this deserves the top shelves, my friends. Like, so I can't say enough good things about this. It was just wonderful. Like, I adored the murder mystery aspect. I adored the banter between Julian and Yadriel. Like I said, I adored the whole family aspect. I loved everything about this, just hands down. And I definitely really want to read more of Aiden's books. And I do want to say congratulations to Aiden as well, because they were the first trans author to be put onto the bestseller lists, I believe. And like, I saw their Twitter feed, they were just freaking out and being like, oh my god, is this happening? Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, I mean, it's time enough, am I right? But yeah, like, congratulations Aiden for this book and just for everything that you're doing. And I really want to read everything that you happen to, or that you plan to write in the future, because I love this. And like, can we talk about this cover as well? Like, and like, I'm just gonna show you guys what's happening under this dust jacket, because you need to see. Look at that. Woo! Look at that. And the spine, the little design of the marigolds on there, just and the symbolism, the whole thing with the flowers and the skulls, and how like, they're not just decorations, they're actual, like, they're like important, you know, for the day, they're symbolic. Like, I love that. Thank you for educating me, Aiden. I love that. And I love this book. Okay. I'm gonna stop gushing because I'm rapidly losing daylight, because that's what happens in Northern Ireland after 3 o'clock. So Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Aiden for writing this amazing, wonderful book. I will read anything that you write out in the future. Hell, I would read your shopping list at this point, my friend. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. My Twitter and Instagram are down below as always. If you are new here, please subscribe and ring the bell so that you know whenever I upload next. And again, thank you. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.